What's up, Pizza Rat?
What's up, Sniffles McGee?
Oh, I got problems today. My eyes are all leaky. I'm stuffy.
You got problems today, like it's an only today thing.
What's today? My life is perfect, wonderful. Every other day. Uh,
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 we did our at the same time. That was funny. I'm exhausted.
I'm just like the last week. I'm like the biggest slug. I haven't put on makeup one time. I'm just like drifting, freezing in my house.
I mean, here's the thing. I just got back from Amy Bruni's event in New Hampshire, and I held out like a champ. Like I stayed up late, talked to people until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning every night. Did those 4-hour investigations. They stuck me out in the cold ass barn, which is fine by me. But they brought out hot chocolate this year, so there was hot chocolate out there. That was nice. But I just feel like my body was like, okay, you just gave 100% full speed for 4 days. Now you're home, and I'm going to make you sleep for 20 hours each day for the next week.
I know you said you talked to people. You also talked to horses.
I did. I got to talk to the sweetest little ponies. And they were those like ponies that look like they kind of have like a heavy metal wig on, like on the top of their head. It's just like super long hair that hangs down in their eyes. They look like grunge rock ponies.
Did you bring me one?
If I could have got one on the plane, I would have taken one, but I think the hotel would have been mad.
The emotional support grunge horse. That's our episode title. It's already done.
There you go.
Pressure's off for the rest of the app.
Emotional support grudge horse.
Perfect. We talked about this before you left. You're like, every time you do these things, you're like, I hope you don't go to the graveyard. I hope you don't have to stand outside. Now let's shove your ass outside.
Well, it's one of those things too, right? Like it's cold out there. My feet get cold and my big nose freezes and all that. But the reality of the situation is I can smoke out there. I can't smoke in any other location. And I like to talk to people and I like to hear their stories. And the barn isn't really that haunted. And so it's basically each night it's, 4 groups come through for 45 minutes and each group gets a little Tenney lecture for 45 minutes. And we get to talk about things and they can tell me their stories and I can look at them in the eyes. And like, it's a really nice moment instead of all of us sitting in the dark, not really talking to each other.
Yeah, that's true. That's the best case scenario. If it was, and I guess you have like a enclosure kind of rather than like when you're in the graveyards.
Yeah, and they don't do the graveyards anymore because it did get too cold and whatever. But like it just is a really nice moment. I don't even know if the guests are having fun, but like it's a nice moment for me.
I'm sure they're having fun.
But I got to see all of our friends and I got a little drunk on Friday. That was fun.
Yeah, Stacy, I think, told me she brought you a giant bottle of vodka, and I'm like, yeah, that happened in Wisconsin, and we can't bring shit on the airplane. And she's like, well, he's got all the time to drink it.
Well, here's the thing that was really awesome because Stacy brought like a liter or a gallon of Tito's vodka. Like it was a big bottle. And I was like, how the fuck am I going to drink this in like 2.5 days or 3 days and still be able to function? And then Sunday night after the last investigation, we got back to the hotel and there were all these people and the bar closes at midnight and our investigation ends at midnight. And so on the bus back, I was like, hey, if people want to go and buy mixers, I have a giant bottle of Tito's vodka in my room. And then we all sat around and drank the bottle until 3:30 in the morning. And people brought wine and mixers and anything they had in their room that they had gotten as a gift. It was like super awesome.
That's so cute. I'm jealous. I felt very left out all weekend.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad you weren't there.
Ew.
I'm just kidding. I missed you when I was there because I was like, Jess would be having super fun at this moment. Like, especially, like, I can see you would have, once you saw the ponies, you would have just been out in the barn with me the whole night.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I know, I missed you too. I forget, but there was stuff that happened and I'm like,
I missed you, friend.
I know, it's weird to go on trips without each other. But
Yeah.
when I was at work, I missed you. I was like, I'm not doing anything. If Tenney was here, we would at least go do something.
Yeah. And I'm not going to poop over your hotel rooms all over the floor.
I mean, I don't know your life. I do know your life. Well, this is day 3 of Toadie not eating one thing, chewing up one thing at my house. Day 3.
Well, holy smokes. This is a breakthrough.
It is. I know. I don't know if I talked to, did this happen after the last episode where he bit up he I can't even talk. What is her name? Jenny, maybe that nice scrapbook in Wisconsin of Bean, like, and the one that made me sob. We talked about that on here.
Yeah.
We're exhausted. I missed my flight, and then I got to Wisconsin, and you gave me that scrapbook, and I started sobbing. So it sits in my house. And then I got home from work the other night, and the toad fucking shredded it. I mean, it was in like a zillion pieces all over my floor. And this is the part that sucks, is like, I opened my dog cam in between tattoo appointments, and I saw it. I saw what was ruined, and I start yelling through the camera. I'm like, no. I'm like, back away. And I was shooting treats out of the camera, like, stop ruining it. It was obviously too late. And he chewed up a UFO book too, but that was fine. It was one of those like set ones that you can find in the thrift store all the time. I don't fucking care. But luckily, mostly he bit up just like the cover, and the pages are kind of intact. So Jenny said she would fix it. But I was like, it was one of those moments where I like looked at his face, and like yelling wasn't gonna, like, I don't like yelling at things. First of all, I don't yell. And dogs have such a short memory, they don't know what the fuck you're talking about anyway. So I sat down on the floor with him and was just kind of holding the pieces, and I looked at him, I'm like, you really hurt my feelings. I'm like, this hurts my feelings. And I feel like he knew how bummed out I was. Like,
yeah,
it was all I could think of to say. I'm like, you could have been up anything. I'm like, this really hurts. But he's been really good since, I think. What else did he bite up? I don't know. He's bitten up other stuff. I'm not going to lie to you, but
I don't know. I feel like he, when I saw that you said he had tore stuff up, and I saw the pages and him standing like on the floor and the pages all around him, my first thought was like, oh, Bean told him to tear that up.
I know you listen, this is fucked up that you say that, because I swear to you, the next time I went to work, I made this other book of me and Bean, like one of those Shutterfly, like, you know, flip books. And I didn't even know where it was. And the next day I came home from work, it was in the middle of the fucking floor, and he bit like a couple pieces out of the cover. And I'm like, are you fucking joking? Why are you only biting up the Bean stuff? I'm like, stop.
I really did. I had this moment where I thought Bean was like, you're her dog. Will you tear that shit up, please?
Or he's just like, we're all in this now. Like, this is my involvement or something, or I don't know. Yeah, but I was thinking that too. That's weird. But yeah, I went today to pay my studio license. Dude, between the city and the county, or no, the state and the county tattoo license are so freaking expensive. So I spent all my money today, and then I took him with me, and we went to the park, and for whatever reason, he barfed in the car. He like, you know where you open the door and there's like a little pocket? He freaking threw up in the like door handle hole. And so then I stopped at the park, and I had to clean the throw up out of the door. And then we went in the park and whatever. And then when he threw up, it was like pieces of fucking toys. Like, he needs to stop eating stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt productive today. I went to the health department, and yeah, that's about it. I watched 90210. I watched The Bachelorette.
Yeah, I woke up at like, well, here's the other thing too, is so my flight on Thursday was, I had to wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and so I didn't go to sleep. So I was like, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, well, I have to wake up at 6 because I have to get an Uber at 7, so I might as well not sleep at all. And then the flight to New Hampshire was only an hour, so I was like, I can't sleep on the plane. Then there's a drive. I was like, it's a 2.5 hour drive from the airport to the Mount Washington, so I'll take a 2.5 hour nap. But then Amy, Aaron Sagers, and I just talked for 2.5 hours. But I was so exhausted on Thursday night that I went to bed at like 11, woke up at 8:30 in the morning, and for the entire weekend was on a completely normal person schedule.
Nice.
So like, you know, usually like, you know, it's so hard to wake up at 8 or 9 or 10, but my body snapped immediately back into like, go to sleep when it's nighttime, wake up when it's morning.
That's weird. And
it was fun. It was a fun event. It was fun to see friends. It's always fun to see friends.
Yeah, that place is cool. I felt like when we went there, I was like, I feel like I'm on the Titanic. Like the entrance lobby thing is just so grand.
Yeah. And I met Jessica Chobot, who I'd never met before. And Aaron and I had a lot of good talks. And Amy and I had a lot of, everybody, even the guests. There were so many guests and friends. It was so nice to see everybody.
That's cute. Glad you had a good time.
You know what the thing that cracked me up, though, is so Amy had a party on Friday night, which was supposed to be like the Roaring Twenties masquerade ball.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing is like I showed up on Thursday wearing what I wear, which was like a suit and a tie and a trench coat and my hat. And people were like, oh, you're already dressed up for the event. And like the people who don't know me, I was like, you don't understand. Like I'm just wearing to the masquerade ball what I would normally. Everybody else bought clothes and fedoras and trench coats and suspenders. And I walk down, but then on Saturday and Sunday, people were like, why are you still dressed up for the masquerade ball? I'm like, this is what I wear.
Won't ask so many questions. No, you have a whole thing going on. Don't they follow you on Instagram?
Instagram.
Well, that's cute. Did you see?
Do you remember how, I was thinking about this too, do you remember how like Twitter, there was a time, a period, like the way that generations move through technology where like people started leaving Facebook because Facebook was where parents are. And so people were jumping over to Twitter because the younger people were there. But then like the parents moved to Twitter. So then it became Instagram is where the young people are. I like now that Facebook is grandparents. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Twitter is parents.
No, Instagram is parents.
So what's Twitter? Is that grandparents too?
No, Twitter is like the only good one.
No, but then you have TikTok, which is like 10-year-olds.
No, I feel like that's not going to last. I don't know. Like Snapchat just went away.
Yeah, so the person sitting next to me on the plane, I had totally forgotten about Snapchat, and the person sitting next to me on their plane opened up their phone and I saw the Snapchat icon and I was like, oh, I remember when that was a thing.
Yeah, TikTok kind of ruined that. And then also when Instagram started doing filters and shit in their stories, it like smashed Snapchat too. So I don't fucking know.
I don't know either. I feel like it's just going to be Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, that's fine. If Instagram would stop ruining itself and just fucking show me the people I follow and not like AliExpress every fucking second.
Right? I don't know why I'm getting so many ads for things that I would never in the world ever want on Instagram.
Okay, but
they're like, seriously, I saw one the other day that was, how many times has this happened when you're deep frying a banana? And I was like, oh.
I mean, every day, literally.
I was like, oh my God, who is this cultivated for? How many people across the country are having difficulty deep frying their bananas?
What are you searching or talking about around your phone that's your target? Oh my God. Well, that's funny. Maybe you were talking to the ponies about fruits and then something happened.
Maybe. It could have been.
Oh my God, that's funny. Guess what else I watched today very randomly?
Uh-oh, what did you watch?
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh my God. Is that the first time you've seen it?
No, it's not, but I haven't seen it in a long time, and it was like way better this time. I don't know.
Okay, so if you've been, well, I was about to say, sorry to interrupt, but I was about to say, and I'll let you go on for a second after I say this, but for people who haven't watched Close Encounters in a very long time, who have delved deeper into UFO worlds, when you watch it now, after watching it for a long time, you're like, oh, this movie was way fucking ahead of its time and is brilliant.
Like, that's what happened to me today. I saw it. I don't remember it hitting me as hard as it did today. It was so fucking magical. It looked so good. It was made in 1977. Why does it look that good?
It looks like it was made it looks like a current movie. It looks like a movie they made to be period to 1970s, and they made it last year.
Yes. And there's so much emotion. Richard Dreyfuss is so fucking good in that movie. Every second, he's just like, so full of wonder and plays it so perfect. And the aliens look so perfect. Like when the aliens have their little eyeballs, you like want to start crying.
Yeah.
Like I was so emotional. And then also I twisted into this thing where like, it's such a long part. Like for the last like 20 minutes, all the humans are just like frozen. You can tell that they're like, I'm so lucky to be here. I don't even give a fuck what's going on. I'm not scared. They're just enamored. And it made me, I'm like, if this happened today, it would be so fucking disgusting. Like we would attack them. We would hurt them. We would be filming it. Somebody would be like, how the fuck do we make money off of this? Like it would be a nightmare. And then I got so fucking sad. I was sad all day because I was like, this is so perfect. And it would just be, no, humans would just ruin it today. And that was only like X amount of years ago. And just in that time, humans have gotten so fucking ugly.
Yeah, there's that ending part is really great because of that moment you just said, which is there's this moment. I mean, this whole military government complex is there. And then it starts happening and they think it's over. But then the mothership comes and like everyone leaves their post. Like everyone walks out and is just standing in awe of what is happening. And it like, you know, even though the cameras might be automated and the sounds become automated at a certain point, like everybody just kind of gives up and gives into the moment of, holy shit, this thing is happening. And it's really beautiful. And right now, if you did that scene, everybody would be like, their phones would be up and they'd be trying to like live stream it. And it would be I'm here with the aliens. It's happening right now.
Yeah, it'd be like Jake Paul, like, ooh, let's play a joke on that one. Ooh.
Yeah. You think that ship is sparkling? Look at the bling on this necklace.
I'll start crying.
Like the tones the UFO are making, people would like remix it with a cat meowing on TikTok.
I mean, I wouldn't hate that, but also I didn't remember that part going on for so long, and that was really beautiful too, how they like let it just be really long and play out like the build of them starting to understand and just the sounds. Like if that was a movie, like people don't have a fucking attention span now, like that would be so much shorter. And it was like they gave so much, breathing room to that part and all the part. I don't know.
But now you understand, like when you look at, so like whether it's like Paris La Flamande or Valet, like all of a sudden you have this French guy, right? Who's like, we always talk about Jacques Vallée and stuff, and they're like the main UFO researcher, and the movie starts out, and that's the thing people forget too, is the movie starts out with like ships from the Bermuda Triangle appearing in the desert.
Yeah, that guy is supposed to be modeled after Vallée.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Did you notice the scene where J. Allen Hynek walks out of the crowd with his...
Talk about at the end, the blue suit guy.
Yeah.
I know. I was really excited.
It's a really amazing movie.
I know. Did you? And then I didn't know too that like they never say the title of the movie, and then I guess the title of the movie wasn't supposed to be called that, but then it's like his real levels of Close Encounters.
Yeah. So Hynek was the first one who said like we should classify these as different types of experiences. If you see something, that's one thing. If like if it lands, like that's another. And then if you have like a personal experience, like you have like he broke up into Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Like even on the original posters, when they printed them, they actually put Hynek's classifications on the top of the poster so that people would know why it was called that.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a Close Encounter of the First Kind is like seeing a UFO. And then a Close Encounter of the second kind is like physical evidence.
Right.
And then the third kind is like coming in contact.
Yeah, in contact.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody says, and I think this gets brushed over a lot, but Richard Dreyfuss's initial encounter with the UFO is a fucking horror movie.
Yeah.
It's so scary. Like when his truck engine stops and it goes, and then that light is like, wah, over his truck and shit just starts going nuts and the mailboxes are shaking. It's like, this is a fucking horror movie.
Also the part where like, I think it's Terry Garr's part where she's trying to hide the frickin' baby. Or no, is it the one from Indiana Jones?
Yeah, the mom is hiding the little boy.
Yeah, and then the screws are coming out of the floor vent and the fireplace. That's so fucking scary.
Yeah, because it's in the house somewhere, like something's happening. But again, this, like people don't realize, they do if they watch it later with a greater understanding of strange phenomena. There's poltergeist experiences happening in the house. Mm-hmm. Food is spilling, doors are opening, the screws are coming out of the floor. Like that's like poltergeist experience.
Yeah.
And so you're mixing all of the phenomena that far back. They were showing that it's all kind of combined.
Yeah. That was so cute too. The part where he was like, I fucking give up, blah, blah. And he'd like built that mountain and then he like pulled the top off and then it made the Devil's Tower.
Yeah.
Like, how do you come up? God.
So good.
He's so good at framing stuff too. When he was at the table with that little kid and the little kid's crying, it was like just like Jaws kind of. But
you want to know something really funny? So it was a few years ago, but I was collecting records that mean something to me or records that show up in movies. And like, I just wanted to have, with my record player, I like to collect weird records. And so I got online and I was like, oh, what is that record that's playing in the little boy's room? So there's this song, it's like, and the shape of a square, and it's really round. And I was like, I wonder if that's a real song. So it is. It's on a Sesame Street album. So I tracked down the album on eBay, bought it, and then got an email from my friend Nora, who sells crystals at paranormal conventions. And she's like, Tenney, did you just buy this record from me? And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I did. And she's like, I'll just send it to you. It was my grandparents got it for me. What do you want it for? And I was like, oh, it's in Close Encounters. And so she was like, yeah, I'll just send it to you. So there was a weird synchronistic thing that happened with that song.
That's literally insane. There's a billion people on eBay.
It still blows my mind that Nora was the person I was buying it from.
I really can't believe that. I sold something on Etsy before to a guy that was like a famous actor, and he I Googled him and he had like French bulldogs and he would like bring them to dog shows. And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? That was weird. That's the only one I can think of.
When you talk about Frenchies, though, I was telling you on the phone the other day when we talked for a little bit, my sign from the universe for you was I saw multiple Frenchies throughout the trip that I took. And there was a Frenchie on the plane with me being a very good boy. And I asked the couple about him and they said, you know, he's flown like 12 or 13 times. He's only like a year and a half old. He's a good traveler in the car. He just sleeps. He doesn't mind planes. He just sleeps. And I was like, oh, I have to tell Jessica this. Maybe Toad is a good flyer.
I know, that was wild. Because we've been thinking of it. Like, I'm not a fan of people bringing push-face dogs on airplanes because I guess with the elevation change and stuff, sometimes they can't breathe good. But I really think it is mostly those inbred Frenchies that are like, have a really short nose and then they can't get air in. Like,
so I asked and they said that their Frenchie was a purebred and actually one of the Frenchie's nostrils still has to be fixed. It's not fixed now, but they said like the dog does fine on planes even without it. They said their vet said it wouldn't have to be fixed for like a year or so. They said there was still some kind of like passage through that nostril.
Yeah, so Toadie's not a Frenchie. He's a full-bred Boston. And his nose is, like, further out. And I was telling you that, like, Bean used to snore way more. So I feel like his breathing was a little bit more closed off than Toad's because he doesn't snore at all. I can't even hear him when he's sleeping.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say one more thing, too, about Close Encounters, and you're like one of the only people that I know who will fucking understand this. Like, obviously, I got emotional about that human part first. I'm like, fuck everybody, whatever, this sucks. And then I got to another weird part of emotion because, you know, on the Oscars and the Golden Globes every year where they do the in memoriam, right? I'm like, when Richard Dreyfuss passes, they're going to show him walking into that fucking whiteness of the ship, and I'm gonna fucking cry my eyeballs out. There's no other way. They will not show another clip. It's perfect. That's how they will end the in memoriam. I'm calling it right now, and I will cry for 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like saw it happening. I like, oh, it's gonna be.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, they could hold on that, like him disappearing into the white light, and cut to the little boy going, "Bye."
Oh my god, my heart's gonna explode. My heart's gonna explode. I'm gonna have to turn the TV off. Oh my god. I swear. And it's so fucked up too that I watched this today because he was at a Comic-Con or at a horror con this fucking weekend. And had you not gone to New Hampshire, I wanted you to go with me. And I didn't really want to go by myself, so I didn't go. And then I saw all these pictures of him on there this weekend. And obviously he looks fucking old. And I got bummed out, and then I put that on today, and I'm like, fuck, I should have went.
You were like, God damn it.
I know.
Did you purposely put it on, or was it on TV?
No, first of all, while you were gone, I got a new TV because my TV's been on the fritz.
Right.
So I hung this new TV, and it's just fucking magical, and it does all these things that my old TV didn't do. And my old TV was like 8 years old. It wasn't a smart TV. It was normal. This new one is like a spaceship. Where I can talk to the remote and it puts on what I want. It's crazy. So anyway, so now it'll show me like what's on literally all of my platforms and all of my live shit. It'll be like, here's what's on everything. And then I scrolled for like 5 seconds and I saw that. And I'm like, well, that choice is made. And I just put it on. I
was just wondering because it came out last week.
What?
Close Encounters came out last week in 1977. Came out on November 16th.
That's weird.
So I was just wondering if it was being shown because someone at a network knew that this was, 44 years after it being released.
It was on Showtime. It probably was.
Yeah.
Because I signed up for Showtime to watch the new Dexter episodes in there. So fucking good.
Ugh.
I swear. Did you see my video on my Instagram story? The whole catalyst of this season is because he lives in the woods, or he lives in fucking middle of nowhere in the cold. And there's this beautiful white buck in the woods by his house. And this asshole shoots it. And that's what sets him off to be a murderer again. And it's perfect. It's like he's us.
He's us, but we're not murderers.
There you go. But wait.
But not murderers.
Let me correct her. No, it was perfect though. He was so ragey. It's so good. It's really well written. It's really well shot. I don't even feel like anybody would have to watch the original series to like it. It's really good.
Maybe I'll give it a shot.
It's good. But listen, the other reason that it was weird that I watched that today is because, okay, I've been depressed again. I don't know what the fuck my problem is. So I did a weird meditation last night that I found on YouTube, and I really feel better today, honestly. But listen, last night when I was meditating, this weird thing happened, and I can't remember anything before it or after it, but there was this weird part where I'm like in one timeline, and then there was another timeline like above me, if that makes sense. And I remember distinctly, like after my meditation, I had to roll over and write it in my notes because I'm like, I'm going to fucking forget this. And something had happened on this plane. And then I went up to the second one. It was like I got something or accomplished something. So I went to the second area and I showed my people there what I did. And then I went back to here and I told the person I was talking to, I go, my Sky family approves. That's what the fuck I said. My Sky family approves? What?
That's
like,
pretty awesome.
I love that. I wrote it down word for word and I'm like, that's the best thing I ever heard. And it was so real. Both places were so real, but I chose to like be on this one. And then I wake up and watch that movie. I'm like, what the fuck is happening today? Isn't that weird?
It is weird.
So now I'm just chilling with, I feel like I have a Sky family now. Who are they?
Of course you have a Sky family.
No, I love it. Oh, maybe that can be the title of this episode instead of emotional support ground chores. Well, either way. Sky family.
Sky family. They're all animals.
I know, but I feel that was the weird thing is I feel like when I was talking to people on this plane, they were like a people. And then up there, they were like blobs. They weren't like you. They were just like I don't know what they were.
Yeah, because you don't need to be human once you go up into the sky.
No, I don't think they were. They were like sentient blobs. I think that's what I've been gone. That's what I have been when you were on your trip as a sentient blob.
Well, it's funny to me because when we were at the Mount Washington, one of the things that happens in the stables is that people see this little blobby that runs around the floor. And I've always told people like there's some kind of like animal spirit or something in here. And then I was talking to other people and Amy started saying like, yeah, one of the things that people encounter in the Mount Washington Hotel itself is like this little weird, like smoky blob that moves around. And then Greg and Dana's group were like, yeah, the room we were in has this little smoky blob that moves around. And I was like, oh, you motherfuckers, you got my animal from the stable. Like he's checking things out. I don't know if it's a pig or a cat or a goat or a mini horse, but I don't feel like it's a person. I feel like it's one of the animals checking everybody out.
Well, like what kind of shape, like what size blob are we talking? Is it like a bunno? Is it a pig? Is it a...
I would say, so the descriptions that you get mostly, if you average it out, it's going to probably be the size of like a larger pig.
Okay, that's a pretty big blob.
Yes,
Dang.
But it moves super fast.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, pigs can be fast.
They can be.
If it's a sheep or a lamb or a goat.
Well, the other thing is, too, is I always feel like it's not going to, like, its blobby shape isn't going to be the size of its whatever body it had.
Yeah, it's like the aura of it.
Right. Like I've always felt like it's probably one of the horses because they have a ton of horses to pull sleighs and stuff.
Yeah.
And, horses do like to dash and charge. And they are friendly with people and they want to be around people sometimes. And I always feel like it might be a horse.
Horse blob.
Horse blob. There's your another third title.
Oh, God. How are we going to choose? It's going to be tough. Another weird thing, I don't even know if you saw this yet because it just happened on Sunday, but it ties in with what we were talking about last week. Did you see how some psychopath drove into a parade of like 50 people in Waukesha this past weekend?
In Waukesha.
I know. So now we have a personal fucking idea of what it's like there. And it ties into our thing where we were like, oh, is it like a weird vibe there? Is it cursed? Is it blah, blah, blah? Like, and then right after we talked about it, 5 people already died, a bunch more are in the hospital. I guess the guy was fleeing from a different crime and just barreled into an entire parade on Sunday.
I think it's odd that we were talking about something in Waukesha that... And then I literally talked about a traffic accident. And then on Sunday, everybody was looking at a traffic accident in Waukesha.
I know.
It was kind of weird.
I know, it's really weird. When I saw it on Twitter, I was like, it said Waukesha, and I'm like, is there a fucking Waukesha somewhere else in the country? I had to like make sure I landed on the words like Wisconsin. I'm like, it's gotta be the same. And it was. And I was like, what the fuck? Can that, like, I don't know. I think some places are just like axis of bad things happening sometimes.
Or they just start to spiral.
Yeah. Super strange. I would like to know what else has happened there. Very strange. But I hope the rest of the people that are hospitalized are okay. They
For
were
sure. Jeez,
I
Pete's.
know. Like, who does that?
So my question is that I have, are you coming over for Thanksgiving?
I know. I don't know. I want to. Quite honestly, I don't want to do anything.
I know you
Um,
don't. Do you want me to bring you food? Do you want me to make you a whole Thanksgiving dinner?
I mean, I should probably come over. I haven't really seen any humans in a long time.
Well, when you were talking about being bummed out and getting depressed again, I was going to jump in. I let you ramble, but I was going to jump in with because you haven't hung out with me in so long.
I know, literally. I know. I swear to you, when I talked to you on the phone last night, I was like, I almost said it out loud, but I didn't. But I was like, we should sometime this week, like, go to Antique Mall and like bring the dog and like, I need my soul to be rejuvenated because I'm like not good right now.
Yeah. I think you need to come over for Thanksgiving and I'll make us a big vegan Thanksgiving meal and you can bring Toad. We'll eat and get fat and then watch stupid stuff and talk hot goss with each other. And then you can go home.
We need to rent Black Friday.
What is Black Friday?
A new horror movie with Devin Sawa and Bruce Campbell, and it's like people who work at a mall or a store or something, and it's about Black Friday, but it's like a horror comedy, and it looks so good.
All right, we can rent that.
Yeah, I think it just came out today, and they were like, watch it over Thanksgiving or blah, 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 so like need to watch it.
Or I could take you to see Ghostbusters.
I know I need to do that too, but I'm scared to be away from the dog for a couple hours. He's going to eat my whole house.
Yeah.
I know, if I swear, I was thinking that last night. I'm like, I wish Ghostbusters was on demand right now. I would buy it right now, but it's not.
I liked it. That's my movie review.
My friend and her boyfriend worked on the special effects, and she sent me on the down low secret video of them working on that crazy demon dog in the movie, and it looks so real. And one of them's like sitting on it and petting it, and I'm like, oh my God, I want to pet it.
Can I just say, and I said this to everybody that night, because I'm not a fan of Ghostbusters. I don't really like the first movie. Whatever, I've always told people, I think I just aged out of it. I was like 14 when I saw it, and my friends and I saw it, and we ripped on it. And because we were teenagers, I just whatever. I've never been a big fan. But yeah. Paul Rudd is a delight.
Oh my God, duh. That's like not breaking news.
No, but I'm saying like anything he's in, he is a delight.
I know. I watched, while you were gone, I binged the new season of The Morning Show on Apple TV Plus, and it was really good. I think it was better than the first season. But after, it was like, oh, we've had this discussion before how there's nothing fucking on there. So after, it was suggesting to me like this new show that Will Ferrell and Paul Rudd have.
Oh, The Therapist Next Door or something?
Next Door, yeah. But I didn't start it because it had terrible reviews. But I'm like, how could it be terrible? So I might start it. They're only half-an-hour episodes. Like, that's not much of a fucking commitment.
Did you ever see Wet Hot American Summer?
The original or the remake?
The original one.
No.
Oh, because Paul Rudd's in it and plays this like real sloppy character. And I feel like in Ghostbusters, he's playing that character. The way he like shrugs his shoulders and kicks his feet and when he walks.
I saw how they sent Dustin some Ecto Cooler.
Yeah.
I was jealous.
Pretty cool.
No. We need to get more PR gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send us spooky shit. I got my box from, I'm not supposed to talk about it, but I got stuff from the UFC today. I'm excited.
I got a gift card to Del Taco.
Yeah, fuck yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, prezos. Ooh, we have more stuff coming in the P.O. box. So we got to go check that too when we hang out.
Oh, and Sean says hello. He was there at Mount Washington. Sean Nichols.
Oh, damn it. I know he texted me before and asked if I was going to be there. I'm like, no, it's too far. I'm like, I just drove to New York. I can't do it.
Yeah, he said hello.
Oh, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy, and we hung out and smoked a lot.
We talk about music that you do not like.
No, we were actually, it was so funny because on Sunday night, there were like 20 of us sitting around the fire with all of our booze and wine, and we were playing kind of Get to Know You, and I was asking everybody, what's your favorite band? What are you listening to right now? And it got to Sean. He looks at me and he goes, you know, Tenney. And I went, Blink 182. And he goes, yep.
This is why me and him get along. Cause we're dork. Oh man, Toady Pants is crazy right now. See if he keeps it together for the rest of this.
He doesn't have too much longer. Hang on, Toad.
Toady Pants. Okay, I have to tell you a really weird synchronicity. I know we're starting to hate that word. And web crawlers talk about syncs all the time. And then I feel like they're starting to hate it because their callers call in about it all the time. But anyway, okay, so here's the weird synchronicity. And I have no idea how I put this together the other day, but it just happened. So this guy, do you know who Paul Feig is?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's the creator of Freaks and Geeks, right?
Yes.
This is really embarrassing, but I've still never watched that.
I've never watched a single episode of it.
I know. So listen, that guy grew up in Mount Clemens.
Yes. He used to hang out at the Royal Oak Main Art Theater.
Yes. His dad owned Arc Surplus. What?
Okay.
That's like where I went, like bought all of my punk rock bags, my army shit, whatever we buy, combat, whatever. So he was the creator of Freaks and Geeks, which basically launched the careers of James Franco, Seth Rogen, and Jason Segel. So now we're friends with Jason's sister Allie. And okay, so when that Paul Feig guy, okay, so Freaks and Geeks is, I guess, based off of Chippewa Valley High School.
Right.
And then Paul Feig went there when my grandpa was a fucking teacher and football coach at Chippewa Valley High School. So he literally, if I guarantee if we ever meet this guy and I said my grandpa's name, he will know exactly who the fuck it is. Because my grandpa was very scary man, very strict, scary man. And
wait, did Paul Feig go there?
Yes. When he was there, my grandpa taught there.
But I'm saying, like, I wonder how old Paul Feig is, because I didn't know that he went to Chippewa Valley High. I knew he was from this area, but I didn't know. Someone I dated went to Chippewa Valley High and is a very nice person. I wonder if she went to school with him.
Maybe.
I wonder if your grandfather was her teacher.
I bet. I know, isn't it so weird? The world is so fucking small.
It's so small.
I know. I was like freaking out.
I tweeted to him a couple times. He never tweeted me back because, you know, he also did the 2016 Ghostbusters reboot.
And he did Bridesmaids.
Yeah, but when the Ghostbusters reboot was going to premiere, I was tweeting at him to do the premiere at the Main Art Theater in Royal Oak because he had gone there. I thought that would be kind of nice for everybody in Michigan.
It would be. And he also did A Simple Favor, that movie that we went and saw and liked.
Did we see that?
Yeah.
What movie was that?
With that girl that we don't like and
Was it about the girl who had a wish box?
No. It was with Blake Lively, that girl that we don't like that sings and shit.
Oh yeah. Yes.
But she was actually tolerable in that movie.
Yes, I remember that movie.
That movie was good.
Yeah. That didn't have a wish box in it?
No. I keep wanting to say that's Oculus, but that's not it either. But I know what you're talking about.
What is the wish box movie?
Wasn't it called The Wish? It
couldn't have been that fucking simple, and I can't remember it, right?
Go to IMDb and hang on. I think
is it called Terrible Movie?
No, but it wasn't that bad.
It was terrible.
Oh, I thought it was kind of good. I thought it was going to be a franchise, and then they just never made another one.
It was called Wish Upon.
Oh, yeah. That movie was kind of good.
It was not good.
Oh, fuck. See,
the dad was Ryan Phillippe.
Listen, I know that's probably why I thought it was good, but this is what happens because me and you see these movies for free, and it's just like when somebody gives you free pizza, it's like it's fucking fine. So I go here on those movies. It's like I didn't pay, just chilling. Toady is just biting the loudest bone. He doesn't give a fuck what we're doing. Toady. So yeah, that's basically all I did the whole time you were gone. Just watch things.
Yeah.
Watch a morning show. I binged. I watched the whole new Tiger King season 2. I watched. What else did I watch? You
want to know the most masculine, prototypical dude moment that I had over the last weekend?
Oh boy.
And this will just show you the level of like dude masculinity, manitude.
Stop.
Of two guys who don't have any.
What?
Aaron Sagers and I played air hockey against each other.
That's fun.
And we were both so the two of us trying to be aggressive and win a game. It was the most ridiculous thing anyone could have ever seen.
I would have got so competitive.
Like every time one of us got like a score in the air hockey, we were like, oh, "That was a good shot. You're having a really good game."
Same to you, good sir.
It was so funny.
You guys are like sipping brandy.
It was pretty close to that.
Oh my God. I used to play that dude. That was the worst. You get so aggressive and then somebody would blast the puck right into your fucking front knuckles and it's the worst pain in life. God.
So funny. But Aaron did the New York Marathon.
I know. I saw that. He was there when I was there and I didn't know.
Yeah. I congratulated him on that because that's crazy.
I know. When me and Toadie were in Central Park, they were setting up for it.
I asked Aaron because I was like, I congratulated him on doing it. I was like, it's really amazing thing when people, I think when people do that and accomplish it. And I was asking him, like, is there a set time limit? Like, if I do it, will they like keep it open for like a couple days? Like,
You're just gonna walk?
Yeah. Like,
Is it?
Like, can I stop on like the first day and like take a nap for a little while, then get up and start walking again?
You're just gonna stop at a food truck and get a hot pretzel.
Yeah.
I think you can stop though, because how do you go to the bathroom?
Well, I don't know this. He said that they eventually start taking things down. I think he said like after like 9 hours or something like that, maybe.
Fuck that.
I have a pretty good walking gait, so I can walk a mile in like 14 or 15 minutes is what it takes me at just a normal walking pace. I have a pretty long stride.
Yeah.
But even like a marathon is 26 miles, so that's still going to take me like 7 or 8 hours, even if I'm just walking.
Fuck that. We sat in Central Park and ate a hot pretzel and it was perfect. I don't need to run a marathon.
Yeah, the only thing I want to do for 7 or 8 hours is sleep.
Preach. Preach that shit.
Did you ever meet those guys who tried to impress women by saying they could have sex for like 6 or 7 hours?
Ugh.
Like there's a brag that guys used to do, like 20-year-old guys. They're like, I can have sex for 10 hours. And I always think to myself, like, why would you want to?
Yeah, that sounds wretched.
Yeah, it's horrible. That's not a great brag. That sounds like something you're saying to keep people from having sex with you.
Wow, that sounds like pain and irritation. And I don't want somebody touching me even that long. Even if we were like watching a movie and our elbows would touching for 9 hours and be like, can you get the fuck off of me? Yeah,
the only thing I can ever think of is like, who boils a hot dog for 10 hours?
Come on, Tenney. I'm going to get Instagram ads for boiled hot dogs.
Are you having problems boiling your hot dog?
Having problems having with fried bananas. All right, are we done?
Boiled dogs and fried bananas. There's another title for you.
For real. I got a crazy dog on my arm. Toadie.
Well, once the squeaky toy comes out, the phone conversation is over.
I know he's crazed. He was sleeping. He's a good boy today, though. He's doing a good job.
You should come over for Thanksgiving. We should talk more. There's only, one day before Thanksgiving, or is it tomorrow?
No, it's tomorrow. No, it's the day after tomorrow. And I was thinking that we're probably going to have to go to Gus's soon, but we can't go tomorrow because it's going to be a nightmare.
It'll be a nightmare. But I have vegan turkey. I have potatoes. I have macaroni and cheese.
I think I have some mushroom gravy.
I have mushroom gravy and meatballs.
What?
Yep. I have everything that we need for Thanksgiving.
You're so sweet.
Yeah, whatever. All right, go play with the fucking dog before he rips your computer and phone and couch and house apart.
I know. He's gonna. No, he's not. He's like, go. Okay. All right. I'm glad you're home, idiot. Ow! Come on.
I'm glad to be back, idiot.
Okay, well, I'll see you Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Bye!
Bye! Happy Thanksgiving.